The selfish forces of evil have set their sights on the sacred artifacts of classroom management, wishing to use them for their own dark purposes. With the treasures of mankind at their fingertips, who can find the precious artifacts first and use them for good? It's Indiana Jones! Indiana Jones believes that these artifacts should be used to help teachers with classroom management, and that they belong in a museum. Let's follow Indy in the never-ending search for the sacred classroom management artifacts. Deep in the jungles of Malaysia, in a temple long abandoned, Indiana finds his first artifact. It's a mirror. The mirror refers to allowing students to see themselves in the classroom. In other words, setting your classroom up for success, letting it be the fifth teacher. By having the students participate in the design of the classroom rules and consequences, students can take an active role in their own learning, behavior management, and community. For instance, at the beginning of the year, having students work together to come up with the classroom rules and consequences will ultimately tie them to these expectations because they are. Also, instead of hanging generic posters around the classroom, students should see themselves in the work around them, whether it's a project they did, decoration, or information boards for various units. The students should create them themselves each year. The next artifact is the Golden Handshake. This handshake represents greeting students at the door each day for some brief one-on-one time in the morning. This is a great way to create bonds with students, but also to gauge their moods and availability for learning for the day. Greeting students in a formal way such as this is also a great way to model proper social behavior for the futures. It also shows how adults interact, and it makes them feel special each morning. The third artifact is the sealed chest. The origins of this chest are as mysterious as it is old. However, what is known is its contents, and that's why this chest should never be opened. The sealed chest contains the forbidden words, phrases, and actions that we promised to never say or do. We promised never to yell across a room, never single out students, never say troubled, never to kick a student out of our room for bad behavior or miss meeting students at the door. We promised to never take our students' behavior personally, or ever think our students aren't worth our time. Next we find Indiana Jones in the ancient city of Kahul, where he finds his fourth artifact, the mythical Clock of Kahul. This magical clock places students at their appropriate spaces by the beginning of class, reminds them what is expected at the beginning of each day, and counts down the minutes before we're ready to begin. In other words, it's a timer with some music to remind students of proper daily rituals that were laid out at the beginning of the school year to allow for a smooth transition into the learning day. The artifact that belongs in a museum is perhaps the most valuable. It is the Three Monkeys Idol. These three monkeys were once believed to see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. However, Indiana recovered some new inscriptions that translated our understanding of this idol to, "Have you eaten? Are you tired? Or have you seen something that hurt you?" These three questions ascertain whether or not a student is available for learning. This is something that we should evaluate daily for our students to find out what can be done to get them available for learning. Maybe a snack, a nap, or possibly something deeper. We never know what our students are going through without asking them, and it is our job to make sure they are safe. The fifth rare artifact is the Sacred Shield of Sir Francis. Legend has it that the shield can deflect even the most offensive behavior. This is an important artifact because we have to remember not to take any behavior personally. Students have so many factors contributing to their moods and learning availability each day, from family life, bullying, and frustrations learning, that any outburst or behavior should never be taken personally. The next sacred artifact is magic beans. So check this out. Indiana Jones traded some sucker a useless cat for this magic bag of beans because he knew how important they were. Magic beans turn into a magic beanstalk that reaches high into the sky because of growing success. A growth mindset means that when an answer is wrong, the brain is activated and learning happens. So without mistakes, who wouldn't learn? Mistakes should not be frowned upon, but rather risk-taking, thinking outside the box, and trying new things should be encouraged. The magic beans also remind us to look up to that high ceiling.
Created using Powtoon.